We will now start the next session as we are running a little late. Tea will be served inside the hall. Next session is on smart management, on smart cities. May I request Mr. Prashant Chaudhary, Senior Director, CA Technologies, to come on stage. Mr. Gautam Goradia, CEO, Comsir. Srimati Padma Jaiswal, Secretary, Department of Corporation, Government of Goa. B. Janardhan Reddy, Commissioner, Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. Abdul Samad, Commissioner, Ghaziabad Municipal Corporation. And Mr. D. R. Bhaskar, Nodal Officer, Smart Cities, Faridabad Municipal Corporation. So now we'll have a pan-India perspective of smart cities, what they're thinking about making their cities smart. Yes. I would also like to invite Mr. Alim Basha, Commissioner, Kakinda Municipal Corporation. Once again, I will call out the names. Mr. Prashant Chaudhary, Senior Director, CA Technologies. Gautam Goradia, CEO, Comsir. Padma Jaiswal, Secretary, Department of Corporation, Government of Goa. B. Janardhan Reddy, Commissioner, Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. Abdul Samad, Commissioner, Ghaziabad Municipal Corporation. Alim Basha, Commissioner, Kakinda Municipal Corporation. And Mr. D. R. Bhaskar, Nodal Officer, Smart Cities, Faridabad Municipal Corporation. We welcome you all.
Start with industry presentation. Mr. Prashant Chaudhary, Senior Director, CA Technologies. May I request him to share his views on smart cities?
All the delegates and industry friends here. And last 2 days we have been talking about, not just these last 2 days, but I think we have been part of many smart city sessions, and at least now we have a clear understanding which direction the government is moving, which direction each of the states are moving, and as technology providers, how can we support government to actually achieve that. So I'm not going to actually get into this, and nor my presentation I will get into specific technology, but there are some key high-level messages I wanted to suggest that we should definitely look at when we are thinking about setting up smart cities. Having the core which is all around smart city, we are talking about crime management. There are multiple projects happening across. Transportation is the key thing over there. Utilities, I'm sure, will play the most important part, how the services can be provided to citizens, education, and there's been ample discussion around how the waste management need to be handled, and even in the last session there were some concerns and we were talking about that. There is an evolution which has happened over a period of time, and we have come far off now in terms of when we can say we are ready to set up smart cities over there. And if you remember this picture, I think this will become a reality in some time for each one of us across multiple states where the smart city setup is being happened. I'm coming from the IT side here. I know there is a focus, and we have all our commissioners here who are looking at different aspects of smart city, but I'm here to actually also request them and also look at, don't forget the IT part when you're doing the planning session and designing your smart city. I've been part of CA for almost 19 years. I have worked with government for last 15 years, seen experiences where if IT comes as afterthought, there have been larger impacts to those projects. So please make it an integral part of your project plan. Ask the right thing for your consultants and people who are supposed to execute these projects, and make sure they deliver the right things. Businesses are rewritten by software today, and I think in the earlier panel there was another example, Uber, and there are many other companies who have changed the way they were called as another company in their business, but I think they have become an IT company. And if you look at this particular slide, this is a different interpretation of a smart city. And suddenly you will say, where is the smart city here? Because if you look at each layer, this is interpretation of a IT city, which is what you call a smart city. Each layer is dependent on IT, starting from the bottom layer, which is about collecting the right set of data from all your sensors and devices. And if you remember those circles initially, each circle somewhere is dependent on one of the IT component to function properly over there. Above layer is how do you transfer data to the right set of aggregation layer. And finally, the top layer talks about what sense you can make out of that entire data which you are collecting. So it's very important to understand. And also there were discussions about Internet of Things, where you want everybody to speak to each other, and every component of your smart city talks to you and gives you the information what you are looking for. So we are heading in the right direction, but at the same time, we are heading for a lot of complexity which need to be managed, and not just managed, also secured, because today the security also becomes a very serious concern right now. Some suggestions here, or how we look at IT infrastructure need to be managed, is in three parlance. Look at management of your IT infrastructure. You look at security, which is paramount for everyone, and also DevOps, when we say how do you deploy applications, because smart city is all about how quickly you can roll out each of the applications which will deliver what you're looking for each component of a smart city. I'll just focus on two areas right now. I'll talk about management part, I'll talk about security in context to smart city. We can always come back to you and say, from a development, most of the time this is left to system integrators saying how quickly they can roll out the project. So we are in a lot of discussion about saying in context of smart city with system integrators saying how quickly they can roll out those applications without impacting the life cycle of the entire projects. And in smart city, everything happens in a real time, and that's what you have to look at from an IT perspective. Even within data centers, all this data which is coming in need to be managed and monitored and make sense out of what is happening. If the expectation is that every component has to work smartly, and that is what you also have to monitor it smartly. If you don't do it, if you start working in isolation, if you look at every component, because today I'm not alone here, I have a lot of industry friends. Everybody has expertise in their own domain, but as the leaders in the government and as the visionaries, I think this is where the thought process also come in and say that how do I monitor each component the way I'm going to monitor my smart city from a command center. Just apply the same logic here, saying for a second, let me think my smart city as IT city, and if I have to manage and understand how each component in my IT city is functioning to the way it is supposed to function and deliver the results, can I do that? Today, it's a reality. You can actually have a unified view to your complete IT environment, and you should be able to manage it. And that's what we have been as CA. We provide that expertise. We work with government to actually deliver those kind of requirements and support them. This slide says from security, not a very smart way of still thinking, saying that I know what are the threats, because today you don't see it. You may create a barrier as much as you want, but you don't know how the threats are coming in your environment. So don't just look at the threats which are only visible to you, but also look at the threats which are not visible to you. That's very important. Today, and I'm sure I think all of you read the latest report, and I'm not really a security champion, but I still read newspaper where I say senior delegates in government, for I don't know how much time, they had a bug residing on their laptops, and we don't even know how much of the data was transferred. And today when we talk about smart city, if security is not addressed from day one, we will have concern. Maybe a smallest of bug can take down the entire functioning of the smart city, which can be in the power sector, which can be even when we are relating even the garbage collection depending on IT. And if that has a security breach, you can imagine nothing will function, and we go back to the older days, which is anyway a challenge right now. So from the security perspective, identity of citizen, of government official, people who will reside in smart city, we need to look at that. we need to also look at in terms of how authentication and what they can actually provide. So this also as a concept need to come as a part of the smart city. And finally, finally when you look at, don't look security also in isolation. It's very important there is a holistic approach to managing security within the smart city, because there will be citizens, there will be people, there will be service providers, there are people who need to be authenticated, there are people who need to understand what access each one of them carry. Just developing apps around smart city won't help. It has to be addressed. In the world of apps also, the biggest concern today is API-based security. How are we going to tackle that environment? Today, if you just give an app and integrate with your smart city without having proper security, we are heading for big trouble. So this is what we really need to look at that. So look at a holistic approach, look at each aspect of the security need to be, which is from identity to data to applications to APIs, everything has to be managed from an integrated approach perspective. Just a thought, because I think it's been a year when we got involved, and some of the projects we create our own design, not in isolation, understanding what a smart city will require, created a framework, and that's what when we today go to different states and say this is what we deliver, we work closely with the system integrators, because unless they understand, they'll not be able to deliver. So just a suggestion here that I think we need to look at everything from a holistic perspective. Small background, I think I don't have to talk much about. We have been associated for government for some time, and I think we are very committed here. So just want to sum up here. We are here to support the Smart City initiative, and any point of time, if you have any question, I'm available. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Prashant Chaudhary, for giving your perspective from security industry for a smart city. May I now invite Mr. Gautam Gordia, CEO of ComSer, to give his views as to how his products and solutions will be helping Goa to become a smart city. Thank you.
I have one very simple philosophy, and this relates to all the cameras that we see around us everywhere in the world. Cameras are going up everywhere, but is crime coming down proportionately? Unfortunately not. And there is only one simple reason why that is happening. It's because nobody in this world has thought about auditing CCTV. So a very simple philosophy, very hard statement to make, that either you audit CCTV like you audit your books of accounts or your business processes, audit CCTV, or continue to suffer. So it's a little late in the year to say Happy New Year to you. So I'm not saying Happy New Year to you. On the 1st of January, 6 people entered a bank in Agra. 4 of them put a gun on the head of the branch manager. 2 people held the guard outside. They took away 27 lakh of rupees. They took away the recorder, and I'm sure that the police has still not been able to crack the case. And this you will read day in and day out, that when a crime is committed, the first thing the criminals also want to do is to take away the evidence. So of what use is that camera? When the Pathankot attack investigation got completed, they realized that the route that the terrorists had taken had 11 petrol pumps, all of which had cameras. When they realized that it was these 11 petrol pumps and they went to check the cameras, 4 of them, the cameras were not working. And if you read the newspapers, this is exactly what happens. And when something goes wrong, you go and look for the video feed and you can't find it. Why? Because nobody has bothered to check whether the cameras were actually working. Now imagine this case in Pathankot. When our country is attacked, Do you think that this attack can happen over just one day? There must have been so much recce that must have been conducted. What was the best day to come and attack? How much equipment they must have carried? And 11 petrol pumps, not one petrol pump realized that something is wrong. Not one. It's because nobody checks, nobody sees what the cameras have been seeing. Since I am in Goa, I must talk about the case that took place with our HRD minister. She was at a store in Goa trying out some clothes, and she realized that there was a camera that was facing the changing room. Now the camera was not at fault by itself. The perpetrator had just changed the position of the lens. And I believe that this was going on for more than 1 year. And if it was going on for more than 1 year, it clearly indicates that nobody was bothered to check what the cameras were recording. In Delhi, at one of our ministries, for 1 month they stole secrets. Every night, some people would go, the cameras were put off because they bribed the operator, they took photocopies, and they left. So my simple question is, what good are cameras if you are not going to check? In Delhi again, we had a case of a school kid dying in a water tank. We've seen these rape cases happening very frequently in schools, all fancy schools, all covered by cameras, but still it's happening within the school premises. What does that indicate? The cameras are just the beginning, but unless you check, you are never going to receive valuable outcomes from the video feed. Every day you pick up the newspaper, every day you will see something or the other, some crime or the other. And since the panel consists of people from municipal commissioners, I'd like to mention, and our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister mentioned about Deonar, the dump in Mumbai. Imagine the amount of mess that was created with the pollution and the amount of wastage of water, bad publicity, when the Deonar dump was set ablaze. So after the police investigation, they realized that no cameras were there, whatever were there was stolen, not working, etc. So our Chief Minister announced that now he's going to put a set of 12 new cameras. 1 month after those 12 new cameras, again there was a blaze. And at a time when there was no rain, so they wasted so much more water. Finally, what did they realize? That there was a mafia there which was causing the blaze. Why? Because when there is a fire, it is easy for them to take away the scrap metal. Now, in spite of putting those new cameras, if the blaze took place again, what kind of management are you doing? People talk about adding more and more and more and more and more of cameras. But I am saying that you already have thousands of cameras that are existing within every city. So Bombay City, for example, after 7 years after the 26/11 attack, put 6,000 cameras after 7 years. Are 6,000 cameras enough for Bombay? Absolutely not. But you already perhaps have 1 million cameras in Bombay. You have cameras at every establishment, you have cameras at every bank, you have cameras at every jewelry store, you have cameras at every housing society. Why don't you just start watching them? People must start auditing CCTV themselves. That will lead to community policing. So one of the things when we talk about this philosophy, talk about our solution, is often I hear, oh, but you know, we have insurance. But you are paying money for insurance. Insurance doesn't come free. And all of you, I'm sure, have at some point of time taken a no-claim bonus from when you renew your policy for your cars. And why do you get that no-claim bonus? Because you didn't have an accident in the previous year. In the same way, if you check your own CCTV and find out what is going wrong, you will prevent crime. You will prevent losses. You can then go to your insurance company and say, over a period of time, that I have no crime, or my crime has reduced, my losses have reduced, and therefore you need to reduce my premium. Simple. So, moral of the story is, cameras by themselves are not enough. You need to do only 3 more things. Audit CCTV daily. Backup CCTV smartly, so that you can have the video feed after another 100 years if you want to. And report incidents in a standardized format. Please remember, I am asking you to see for yourself, because only humans have eyes. Cameras only have lenses. Only you can make a decision. Don't forget the power of human intelligence, because alerts will not work all the time. So basic question is, why doesn't anybody watch CCTV? Why has the world forgotten to audit CCTV? Number one, it is very difficult to do so. Nobody has thought about it. But if there is a technology, if they can show you 24 hours of CCTV in as little as maybe 20-30 minutes in a day, 24 hours in 24 minutes, will you not see the value of watching and reducing your crime and losses? Why is this very important now? Very simple. We are living in dangerous times. This picture here is a picture of the Peshawar school. After the Peshawar attack, when the school reopened, the Pakistan army was sent to guard it. After the Paris attacks, 10,000 policemen were asked to guard 700 Jewish schools. My question is simple. How long can this happen? How long can the army and the police help us? All of us need to get involved ourselves. After Pathankot, there has been an advisory that these are soft targets, are all sitting ducks. Schools, malls, temples, etc. They're all sitting ducks. And you have the camera that is watching. If you just start looking at what the camera has been seeing, you will begin to discover things like recce's, suspicious movements. You will begin to discover. I cannot tell you what is happening at your place. Only you can discover. So what is the solution? I won't take much time. Please come out and take a look. We are a software which is the world's first CCTV auditing system that has been developed, proudly made in India. Please make use of it, because it works with every single camera that you already have. You don't have to change your system. When you use our software, it will work with your existing cameras. It will work with your cameras that you will put 5 years, 10 years later. Just use our software. The 3 outcomes that you should have from CCTV. 1, you should prevent crime and losses. You should improve your processes, and you should be able to solve crime faster, and our software will help you to do all of that. I want to speak last 2 slides, 3 slides. I want to speak about the problem of non-standardization of even CCTV surveillance signage. Just do a Google search. You will find 500 different types of CCTV signs. Instead of that, we should adopt a standard signage which is far more powerful. Instead of saying that you are under video surveillance, why don't you say, we check CCTV every day? See the difference in the message. Everybody should have a standardized signage. Same color, same look, same size. One side in English, one side language of the state or language of the country.
At the outset, I would like to thank you, Knowledge Exchange Goa Summit, which is taking place this year in Goa, and giving me an opportunity to speak my views. As the Secretary to Cooperation Department, I would like to speak about leveraging IT in encouraging and in promoting the cooperative movement. I would like to welcome my distinguished panelists on and off the stage, and the other people of media who are present in this house. And I would like to share my views on how the cooperative movement in the state of Goa can be leveraged, or for that matter in the other areas can be leveraged with the help of the IT. Now, as we all know that what are the cooperatives? Now, cooperatives are pooling together of the resources of the weaker sections of the society to empower themselves. Now, we cannot compare them to be the banks or the other financial institutions who have come together and who have got some good financial standing and who have got some strong parameters. These are the weaker sections and the unprivileged groups in the society who come together to encourage and empower themselves and to increase their bargaining power. So, in Goa, however, the cooperative movement has gained a lot of momentum, and it has also, and when I compare it, I have worked in the other part of the countries also. When I compare this cooperatives in Goa to the other parts of the countries, I think the cooperatives in Goa have gained a lot of momentum and are become quite sizable and are in good financial conditions. But still, there are some underprivileged and poor people in some non-bankable areas in Goa. For example, let's say fishermen are there, some poor laborers, migrant society is there, and scheduled caste and scheduled tribe population is there, to whom the banking facilities and the other benefits of the government are not that much easily approachable. So, like when this particular topic came to me, when the people approached me that how the IT is doing good for cooperatives, so I just had an introspection among myself within my department, and I found out few ways, and I just introspected about it and analyzed that what IT applications are going in the cooperative department of Goa to encourage the cooperative movement or for the empowerment of people. Now, as we all know that the financial standing of the cooperatives are not very sound, and they do not always work on the principles of profitability, and they will also capture those customers with whom the business opportunity is very less, whom the profitability criteria is not the major criteria of the cooperatives, and they most of the time they work on the social responsibility. So when they have to adopt the objective of social responsibility also along with also profitability, then there is some contradiction between two objectives. Then how do they draw the parallel between, and how do they just synchronize both the things together? So this is a major challenge, because those people, this conference hall would agree with me that those people who are running the cooperatives are not very educated people, and at the same time they're not very trained, and the staff which is with the cooperatives are the staffers which are with the cooperatives are also not very much efficient, and they are not very experienced also, and they are not been selected through a particular exam, or they are not very educated. But still they are rendering the objectives of the cooperative banks. They are accepting the deposits, and they are giving the deposits to the people, and they are giving the interest rates. At the same time they have the support of the government, but there are some challenges in the cooperative societal bank in Goa, and also that these people, the customers of these people, of the cooperatives, are also those who are very underprivileged. Now, there is a kind of contradiction which occurs, that you have to use IT also to leverage the people's participation, to leverage the decentralization, and also to have some local initiative, and to have an overall all-around inclusive growth. But these are also the mechanisms and the instruments through which we can bring about overall development, economic and social development in a society. Because these are the cooperatives which are together by the unprivileged societies, like fishermen has come together to form a cooperative, or agriculture artisans have come together to form a cooperative. So these are the various kind of, they have coming together of the underprivileged group to bring about the empowerment of the people. Now, the cooperative banks in Goa, they are using certain IT techniques. For example, they have anywhere banking through core banking system. They have 24/7, 365 delivery channels like ATM machines they are having. They have management information system. But still, those are non-bankable areas. Those non-bankable areas which exist wherein there is no banking branches, and not even the cooperative societies are able to open their branches. Now, what to do about the people who are situated there? How to deliver the services of the government or the benefits of the government to those people who are situated in the areas where there are no banking. Now, like I have been participating in this seminar since yesterday, and there have been one very good suggestions from one of the industry, Vodafone. I think they have done the same thing in Haryana also, they were telling. So they have used mobile technology as an instrument to spread the services and the benefits in the remotest corner of the area to the people who are laborers. And there was a PowerPoint presentation shown here also that using the mobile technology, they have been able to deliver the goods and services given by the government to these people. So maybe we can take note of that, and we can contact those people, and specifically when they have delivered such services in the other parts of country like Haryana and Andhra Pradesh. However, there is a social objective which has to be performed by these banks. For example, financial inclusion. How does financial inclusion takes place? Now, financial inclusion is the concept when you include into your net those people who don't have any assets, who cannot offer anything bilateral or collateral, who doesn't have any business experience, and who doesn't have any training, or they are illiterate people who do not have any credit history, like for example migrant laborers. They have come from the other parts of the countries and are working here. Now, what about the money which is available with these people? Now, how do we tap these people? So this is the major challenge of the cooperative banks. Now, however, one of the solutions to tap these people or to include these people within the mainstream is to make them empowered, make them independent, or to enhance their livelihood. Now, enhancing their livelihood and to also give some insurance facilities, and to give them some safety net, and all these things. For all these things, the IT can be leveraged to enhance their bargaining power. Now, what can be the possible IT leverages that can be used? We are in the pipeline to give them the smart card technology, in which there was some pilot project undertaken in this remote areas of Goa, in which the smart cards with the biometric attendance was used to give them, was issued to them, and even the micro ATMs have been tested. Now, the micro ATMs are the concept about sending these micro ATMs to the door to door of these people and delivering money or the benefits to them. And also we can use the mobile technology, in which the balance which is there, the savings in the bank or with any other self-help groups, this can be communicated to them in some vernacular languages. Now, however, these technology which I am naming, this is just in the pipeline and has not been taken, and it is just in the process of in a form of some pilot projects. But however, this will materialize soon, and we can also open some no-frills account for these people. No frill account with the banks will give some minimum balance to them, and also some overdraft facilities can be offered to them, and the mobile can be used as a technology to empower these people through various mechanisms. At last, I would just like to say that that only if the cooperative movement have to use the IT leveraging, it will have to pool all the support from the government. It have to pool the support from all the stakeholders in the society. For example, the NGOs, the microfinancial institutions, self-help groups, and the other people, so that all the stakeholders can be financially included into the system. Well, this is just the bottom of the pyramid. But the bottom of the pyramid is usually not profitable. But however, when we spread our volumes, then the relatively low margins which we get out of it can become profitable. So of course, I hope best for my cooperative department, and this was just a brief kind of briefing about using IT technology in leveraging the cooperative movement. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Srimati Padma Jaiswal. Thank you so much for giving us your views on leveraging IT for the smart cities. May I now invite Mr. B. Janardhan Reddy, the Commissioner, Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, to come and give his views on the smart city, please. Mr. B. Janardhan Reddy.
Not so difficult time as it would be after 2:30 after lunch. Before lunch, must be hungry, and if somebody prolongs, will be angry also. I congratulate Elets Knowledge Exchange Goa Forum for inviting me, especially, and all of you, basically, to exchange the knowledge today. Generally, we are very, very slow maybe in exchange and also in listening to others, and after that we are dead slow in implementing it generally. For example, e-office, an initiative of NIC, a Government of India organization, in 2011, and so far very few organizations in the country have adopted it. And it's not very difficult. It's very easy. By and large, hardware is there, software is there, and computer personnel are there. There is a need to go for smart governance, etc. But the learning and the understanding and implementing. So mere ideation without execution leads to delusion type. So, but still, this is one of the steps in the awareness. We need to know, we need to exchange, and then we should proceed to implement. Smart city concept, all of you. Hyderabad, now I am from Telangana. Hyderabad is the capital city of Telangana. We are a newly formed state, 2-year-old exactly. On June 2nd, we entered into second year. And Hyderabad is around 400-year-old city with Golconda, Charminar and Salarjung Museum and all those historical structures. And this greater Hyderabad was formed in the year 2007. Till that, now with 12 municipalities, the surrounding municipalities also. And its area is around 625 square kilometers, second largest municipal corporation in India. And the population is, as per 2011, but it is fastest growing. Roughly, with the urban agglomerate, if you take, it has touched almost 10 million, a crore of population, and divided into 5 zones and 24 circles and 150 wards. Key IT initiatives, grievance redressal, keep city running, KCR, is the important guiding principle for any city. Creating assets, some 400 years back, Charminar was built. Some 350 years back, some Golconda was built. Okay, people will create assets. And the drainage system was built around 1920 or so. And drinking water around 1920-25, the drinking water came for Hyderabad. And asset creation keeps happening, but maintenance is an every minute, every day. While sitting here, I would have sent some hundreds of WhatsApp messages, and I received hundreds of emails, and we have sent some sorted out certain grievances and yet to sort out certain grievances. So the grievance redressal system is very, very, very important system. In the olden days, people used to come, wait, and then take the appointment and tell hours and hours and hours what could have been told in a second seamlessly regarding a drainage problem, regarding a pothole, or regarding a damage of the manhole in the road, and regarding electricity not coming, or regarding non-cutting of the trees, or etc. So now in every city there is an immediate need, and many of the cities were also doing that, as I think Gautam, he presented that if you don't audit, it is of no use. Similarly, grievance redressal system, one should have a smart system to capture, number one, and also if you don't audit, it is not of any use. And in GHMC we have this system of grievance registration and flow grievance, either Facebook or email or emergency number or regular. So through call center, on online, on Prajavani, face-to-face, etc. And these are the various, the flow chart, flow diagram of GHMC. If it goes to the, whenever it is registered by the citizen, it goes to the officer who is concerned. and if officer concerned addresses it and it gets closed, and if it is not, the persons who are sitting in the grievance redressal forum, they will also take the feedback from the complainant, whether it is addressed or not. If not, again it will be reopened and it will be sent to the person. And the second time also it is not, and it gets escalated to the senior officers, and we regularly monitor it. And it is fairly working well. On each day, around 600 grievances we get in GHMC area. That means around 18,000 per month. And the property tax, the cities, for any government, city government also, the revenue generation is very, very important, and it should be very seamless. Property tax, lots of issues are there in the country, like once in a decade they don't review, and then those who want to pay, they are not respected, and then there is a very inadequate, obsolete technology, and a very few number of bill collectors. For example, Hyderabad, with 1 crore population, around 20 lakh households, we have 300 bill collectors. When these 300 bill collectors will go house to house and collect it, and the law says twice in a year you have to collect. So unless we make use of this technology and make it very seamless, it is very, very difficult. So we are making use of the technology for online payment, all the gateways that we have opened, and today, Saturday, Sunday, midnight, anytime they can pay, because at least 30–40% of the citizens in cities like Hyderabad, they have access to IT tools, and if not they, younger generation in every household, another 10–15%. So 30–40%, so anyhow they can do this. So this is the story of how IT helped high PT revenues. Advanced stage of automation, no manual transaction in tax assessment, issue of special notices, issue of annual demand notices and receipts, 100% computerization of assessments, notices, collection, etc. And multiple payment option. Handheld machines of bill collectors are integrated with central server. 72 Me Seva centers in GHMC limits. Those who cannot operate from their homes, and citizen service centers in all 24 circles and GHM's head office, online, NEFT and RTGS modes of payment, and 537 branches of 8 banks. And we also cross-check. In many towns, this is the problem. If you ask electricity department, he will say 40 lakh connections are there. And if you ask water department, 15 lakh connections are there. If you go to the census, they will say 20 lakhs. And if you see the municipal data, only 14 lakh assessments are there. So oftentimes, by integrating with electricity department, by integrating with commercial tax department, by integrating with water board department, etc., we can exactly arrive at how many number of under-assessed properties are there. We can detect by using this technology and go for revenue improvement. The strategy for collection is using all these things and also out-of-court settlement. We introduced this early bird scheme, for example, and last year, April, we got 170 crore rupees for paying the property tax of the whole year in the month of April. And who pays in the month of April for the entire year, 5% early bird incentive they will get. This year, we increasingly used it was there, IT tool was there, but we used it and we propagated it. For example, for 11 lakh property tax assessees phone numbers we have. SMS blasts in the month of April, that if you pay in the month of April, you will get this 5%. By spending a lakh or 2 lakh rupees using this system, 40 crore rupees we earned extra than the last year, vis-a-vis the last year. So, 174, and this is exactly see the 240. It will be 40 plus 26. Then birth and death also. Everything is enigmatic in our country. It makes things complicated. You are born, you are entitled to get the birth certificate, and why should I come in between and harass you? So the moment birth takes place from the hospital, a digitally signed information, and also you can download there. And those who are born long back, and they can now, we are developing a system in couple of days that right now they can take by paying 10 rupees from Me Seva and E-Seva centers. And maybe this month, in next 15 days, we are coming, sitting at home, you can download your birth certificate or death certificate or whoever concerned people. digitally signed. And for trade licenses is another one of the important sources for revenue generation in the city. And this also we have made it very, very user friendly. Sitting at your trade center initially, you can log on and then upload the information and get the provisional certificate. And after some time when we inspect, etc., we may reject or accept. If we don't reject, a trade license is on. So for this also the technology is used. Then advertisement also standardized, generates unique advertisement identification number, auto calculation, porting of legacy data, generation of proceedings, SMS based alerts, developed various MIS reports for dashboard, integrated with the CSC application, provision for adding survey information of trades, SMS based alerts to citizens for application status. Then this e-office I was talking about. Yesterday night also, in the airport, in the waiting time, 30 minutes, I disposed of 15 files. Of course, I like, just now one of the speakers was saying act now. This act now principle I like. One of the biggest allegations against the government, even in USA, is that delay, mechanical, unresponsive, and wood-like sometimes, many a times. So government is such a huge, unresponsive, soulless organization. Whatever we do, the responses and the perceptions of the people are very, very difficult. And in the offices also, barring in Maharashtra, we don't have any act. Suppose one can keep file for decades together, one can dispose files in a minute or two. Those officers and bureaucrats are categorized into two. Those who are like missile-like and those who are layers. Layers mean egg. Poultry, chicken lays eggs and it sits on it for 21 days to make the eggs into chicks. And some of the bureaucrats also sit on the files. They are called as layers. Compulsory, they have to sit on the file and rotate it here and there. And some people like missile-like. It comes and it goes. And jocularly, one of our senior officers has written that, be careful. Whenever people come to your table, if you are so fast, if you are like a missile-like, they think that you don't have any work. So keep one old file disposed of, but very voluminous file, give an impression that there is some more work to be attended, is very busy. And in any case, for those who are layers, I am now 25 years I have been working in the government. Whether IT was there or not, I used to dispose all the files in 24 hours, upper limit, unless I am prevented from being in the headquarters then. Now that hassle also is not there. Even if I am not there in the headquarters, so I sitting in Goa, sitting in the office room, sitting in the conference, airport, bus stand, everywhere, in the car, I am able to dispose of files because of this e-office system. So today also some 8 files are there. I will dispose of after lunch. So yesterday whatever were there I disposed of. Morning I could not see. So the 24-hour disposal, it was possible. I used to do when I was in the headquarters, because now I am in Goa. Physical files would have not traveled today, since yesterday I came here. But now today with this e-office, the time, whether it's night or day, or you are in the headquarters or you are not in the headquarters, you can write, you can send with digital key. It's very, very good. And I'm proudly I can say that in the entire country, around 4 lakh files were processed in e-office. Out of them, 85,000 are from the GHMC, Hyderabad. This is the only corporation in the country which is first corporation to adopt it and continuing it. And out of 40 lakh files that were submitted through various layers, around 6 lakhs were from GHMC. So I request some of you, and if the heads and the secretaries or HODs, it is not a very big thing. And what you require is an intention and a letter to the NIC, and then training your own people. Now biggest problem in our country, and last 2 days I have been reading a book called Innovative State. Even in US, between 70s and 80s and 90s, such an advanced and illiterate country also, they faced how many problems, how many governments faced how many problems. Chief Technological Information Officer, one Mr. Anish Chopra, who is with the President Barack Obama. You can also read this book, very good. To know that what even a developed country like US was facing, and how the technological medium if you take and use all the information technology that is available and sparingly and widely used in many of the IT firms, if it can be used in the government system also, how it would help. So this e-office, I like it. And what I have been dreaming for last 20-25 years, that which officer is keeping many of the officers middle level. Suppose a file comes to me after getting scrutinized at 6 levels, a minimum of 6 levels: senior, junior assistant, senior assistant, then superintendent, then additional commissioner, then so and co-commissioner, and to me. So which officer keeps for how many days and without date? Many of the officers have the knack of not putting the date also. So now in the e-office what happens, at what time file came to you and when did you sign? With seconds also it gets recorded. You can't manipulate it. And many places what happens when these bureaucrats who are corrupt and who want to, cause this discomfort to the citizens to squeeze money, and they say if you give 100 for building application, you give a file with 100 document, one they will take it out. When each time they come, one paper is missing. Therefore, you cannot give the building permission at all. So no such type of things are not possible in this. In our building application also now in Hyderabad we have introduced online. In 2007 I had been to US. One of my friends said, here for constructing a building, we never go to municipal office. Everything is online. Plan is online, payment is online. Some inspection, they come, they see, we don't know when they come and they say. And the file movement also we can see. And same year in 2007, I posted a letter from Shepherdstown. It has to go to the New York. And each hour it had to go immediately on the day by evening. Every 1 hour I was able to track where my letter was. He said, I posted it at 12:30. 1:30 it said it reached Washington. And at 3:30 or so it said it reached New York. And 4:30 or so it reached the destination. Each hour I was able to track. Then I thought it may take 100 years for this technology to come for us to use. But as we have the late entry advantage, as some of our speakers in the morning spoke, it will not take so much of time to implement now because of the problems that were already faced in the earlier implementers, and it is easy for us to do. So much of response time, gestation time is not required. So this e-office I think is helping a lot. The output, I said files created 83,581 and forwarded in between various people 6,87,000. Volume of transactions indicate accustomedness of the GHMC staff to e-office transactions. So that is the transformation we get. Then e-office plus. Now recently we introduced this. If you have applied for a mutation, today you have applied, whether it is junior assistant, whether it is a planner, whether it is a commissioner, we can also track where your file is. Citizen. So it was so difficult earlier. Then integrated mobile apps for if you have to pay property tax, trade license, birth and death certificate, grievances, LRS, BPS, etc. is integrated app we have created. People can win. Then this online approval system, development permission management system, and ease of doing business by the World Bank also. No, we are ranking very good. And this we have introduced and doing well. Now to construct a building, you need not move from pillar to post between one fellow to another fellow. We have a timeline number one, and also human interface is totally eliminated, and the seamless approach where you are and how you are doing this. And of course GIS also we are using. For example, your son, you want to play in badminton. Where is your house? Where is the municipal stadium? And what is the cost, what is the distance, etc. We have we have put it on the GIS platform. Where is the how many dumper bins are there, how health posts and IUS units, sanitary wards, transfer stations, and then slums and playgrounds. Thank you, because they did not have much time.
Thank you, Mr. Janardhan Reddy, Commissioner, Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, for giving your views. May I now invite Mr. Abdul Samad, Commissioner, Ghaziabad Municipal Corporation, to kindly come and deliver his views on the smart city. Thank you.
नमस्कार, मैं अब्दुल समद, म्यूनिसिपल कमिश्नर गाजियाबाद। respected panel members on dais and other participants presenting in halls. मित्रों, भारतवर्ष बहुत तेजी से विकसित होने वाला डेवलपिंग कंट्री है, देश है। पिछले 20-25 सालों में भारतवर्ष ने हर क्षेत्र में रॉकेटिंग ग्रोथ किया है, चाहे वो साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी का क्षेत्र हो, चाहे आईटी का क्षेत्र हो, कम्युनिकेशन का क्षेत्र हो। हर क्षेत्र में एक तीव्र गति से विकास किया है। आप सभी लोग इस चीज़ को रियलाइज करते होंगे। कुछ यहाँ रूरल बैकग्राउंड के होंगे, कुछ अर्बन बैकग्राउंड के होंगे। आप 20-25 साल पहले अपने आसपास देखिए क्या सिनेरियो था, आज कितना बदल चुका है। हम रैपिडली डेवलप पूरे देश को कर रहे हैं, पूरा मुल्क हो रहा है। पिछले 2-3 सालों में भारत सरकार द्वारा कई फ्लैगशिप योजनाएं लॉन्च की गई हैं, जिनमें SBM, स्वच्छ भारत मिशन, स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन, अमृत योजना, डिजिटल इंडिया, मेक इन इंडिया, हेरिटेज सिटीज़, हाउसिंग फॉर ऑल्स, बहुत सारी फ्लैगशिप योजनाएं लॉन्च की गई हैं। और उसी परिप्रेक्ष्य में हमारी 2 जो फ्लैगशिप योजनाएं लॉन्च की गई हैं भारत सरकार द्वारा, स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन एंड डिजिटल इंडिया। आज का टॉपिक डिजिटल एरा, स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन इन डिजिटल एरा, डिजिटल इंडिया, ये आज का मौजू है। स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन के बारे में आप सभी लोग बहुत दिनों से सुनते आए होंगे। स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन का जो लक्ष्य है, एम है, वो उसके बारे में बहुत सारी भ्रांतियां, और मैं दावे के साथ कह सकता हूं कि यहाँ पे जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, इनको बहुत लोगों को स्पष्ट नहीं होगा कि इसका क्या उद्देश्य है, क्या मिशन है। बहुत सारे लोग अभी भी शहरों में हम लोगों से पूछते हैं कि क्या साहब पूरा सिटी बदल जाएगी, पूरा शहर का कायाकल्प हो जाएगा, एक रेडिकल चेंज हो जाएगा, क्या क्या होगा। हमारे मीडिया के लोग भी पूछते हैं, और बड़े अच्छे पढ़े लिखे लोग पूछते हैं, अवेयर लोग पूछते हैं। सिटीजन्स तो बड़ा अजीब सा लगता है कि अभी लोगों को स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन के बारे में ही नहीं पता है। स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन का जो मुख्य मकसद है, वो किसी एक पैच में, इसके 2 पार्ट हैं, एक तो पैन सिटी सोल्यूशन और दूसरा एरिया बेस्ड डेवलपमेंट। पैन सिटी सोल्यूशन पूरे सिटी पर लागू होगा, जो भी आउट ऑफ 100 सिटीज चयन की जाएंगी। पहले राउंड में 20 हुए हैं, फिर 13 और कंट्री चयन हुए हैं इसमें, और अभी सेकंड फेसेस के SCP बन रहे हैं, स्मार्ट सिटी प्रपोजल। तो मेरा आपसे ये अनुरोध कि जो स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन का कंसेप्ट है, वो सिर्फ ये है कि पैन सिटी सोल्यूशन, कुछ ऐसा सोल्यूशन देंगे जो ऑल ओवर सिटी पर अप्लाई होगा, और एरिया बेस्ड डेवलपमेंट किसी एक पैच के, पर्टिकुलरली कोई एक पैच सेलेक्ट किया जाएगा, और वो नॉट बिलो देन 500 एकर्स, 250 एकर्स। उसका कंसेप्ट, उसमें सारा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, जो कोर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, वो डेवलप किया जाना है। स्मार्ट सिटी का मतलब सिर्फ ये है कि उस बेल्ट में, उस क्षेत्र में जो हमने एरिया बेस्ड के रूप में चयनित किया है, सेलेक्ट किया है, उसमें कोर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आपका स्ट्रीट लाइट, रोड, वाटर सप्लाई, सैनिटेशन, सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट, इलेक्ट्रिक सप्लाई, एजुकेशन, हेल्थ, ये सारी चीजें प्रॉपर वे में हो, मैनेज वे में हो। सेकंड जो आज का टॉपिक लिया गया है, डिजिटल इंडिया। डिजिटल इंडिया का जो कंसेप्ट है, वो कंसेप्ट ये है कि हम, उसका जो मेन मोटो है, उसका उद्देश्य है, वो ये है कि जो गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स चल रही हैं, योजनाएं चल रही हैं, उनको ऑनलाइन इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली पब्लिक तक कैसे पहुंचाया जाए, थ्रू इंटरनेट, थ्रू डाटा कनेक्टिविटी, जैसे भी हो, उनको ऑनलाइन हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पब्लिक को, गवर्नमेंट स्कीम को पहुंचाएं। इस क्षेत्र में मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा, गाजियाबाद नगर निगम में डिजिटल के क्षेत्र में, कम्युनिकेशन, इसके क्षेत्र में काफ़ी काम किया है। हम लोगों ने पूरे नगर निगम के लिए ई-मॉड्यूल्स डेवलप किए हैं, और वो काफ़ी इफ़ेक्टिव रहे हैं ई-मॉड्यूल्स के रूप में। पहला, ऑनलाइन प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स। इसका हम ऑनलाइन प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स में कोई भी व्यक्ति अपनी बिल जनरेट कर सकता है, ऑनलाइन देख सकता है कि वो कितना उसकी बिल है, कब जमा हुई है, कैसे है, क्या कैलकुलेशन है, हर चीज़ ऑनलाइन है। अपनी बिल जनरेट करके खुद ऑनलाइन वो जमा कर सकता है। इसके लिए हम लोगों ने जो लीडिंग बैंक्स हैं उनके साथ कांटेक्ट किए हैं, और वो किसी भी बैंक में जाके अगर वो खुद सक्षम है तो अपने ई बैंक के थ्रू ट्रांसफ़र कर सकता है पैसा। उसके बाद किसी भी बैंक में जाके, अपने करीबी बैंक में जाके वो ऑनलाइन जमा कर सकता है अपनी बिल दिखा के, और चेक के माध्यम से भेज सकते हो, ट्रेडिशनली है। दूसरा हमारा जो मॉड्यूल है पब्लिक ग्रीवांस सिस्टम, इसमें हम लोगों ने कई तरह के एप्स डेवलप किए हैं, और वो व्यक्ति कोई भी सिटीजन अपना जो ग्रीवेंस है उसको हमारे एप्स पर भेजेगा, चाहे वो SMS के जरिए, चाहे ऑनलाइन फीडिंग हम लोग कराते हैं, और कई सारे नंबर दिए गए हैं। तो उसका हम लोग विदिन 24 आवर्स जो डिस्पोजल होने लायक है ऑनलाइन डिस्पोजल करा के उसको इन्फॉर्म करते हैं कि आपका ये प्रॉब्लम ग्रीवेंस हैज़ बीन डिस्पोज्ड ऑफ। ये काफ़ी इफेक्टिव रहा है, इसकी काफ़ी सराहना हो रही है। इससे पब्लिक को ऑफिसर्स में चक्कर जो बार बार आना होता है, भागना होता है, कभी ऑफिसर्स मिलते हैं, बाबू नहीं मिलता, बहुत सारी दुश्वारियों से उसको इससे निजात मिली है। तीसरा हम लोगों ने एक और ऐप डेवलप किया है जो सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट के लिए आजकल का जो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज है सिटीज़ के लिए, वो सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट का। उसके लिए हम लोगों ने ऐप डेवलप किया है। हमारी सारा ऑनलाइन, हमारी कितनी व्हीकल्स हैं, हमारे कितने स्पॉट हैं, हमारा कहाँ डंपिंग ग्राउंड है, हमारा कहाँ कूड़ा घर है, कौन गाड़ी किस कूड़ा घर पर जाएगी, कौन ड्राइवर होगा, उसका नाम किस टाइम जाएगा, कौन सा रोटेशन होगा, सारी चीज़ ऑनलाइन है। कहाँ से कूड़ा आज उठा नहीं वो भी उस पर मेंशन होगा। उस ग्रीवेंसेस पर इस पर भी कोई भी सिटीजन देख सकता है कि कहाँ हमारी गाड़ी आ रही है। GPS ट्रैकिंग हम लोग करा रहे हैं इसके लिए, वो भी ऑनलाइन है। और दूसरी चीज़, पब्लिक इस पर अपना मैसेज दे सकती है कि हमारा कूड़ा आज उठा नहीं, या 3 दिन से इस जगह से कूड़ा रखा हुआ नहीं उठा। तो ये भी एक बड़ा इफेक्टिव मॉड्यूल्स हम लोगों ने ऐप डेवलप किया है, और इसका लाभ नागरिकों को बहुत सारा मिल रहा है। इसी तरह कमोबेश जितनी गवर्नमेंट की योजनाएं हैं, पेंशन्स हैं, स्कॉलरशिप हैं, और बर्थ डेथ सर्टिफिकेट एक हम लोगों ने मॉड्यूल्स जारी किया है ई रिफॉर्म्स में। उसमें कोई भी व्यक्ति अपने घर बैठ के ऑनलाइन अप्लाई कर सकता है, ऑनलाइन बर्थ डेथ सर्टिफिकेट ले सकता है। इसी तरह जात प्रमाण पत्र, कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट, रेजिडेंस सर्टिफिकेट, ये सारी चीज़ें हमारी आज शहरों में ऑनलाइन है, और कहीं से भी कोई व्यक्ति सिटीजन अप्लाई कर सकता है और ऑनलाइन वो प्रिंट आउट निकाल सकता है। दूसरी चीज़ जो सबसे अच्छी चीज़ हम लोग करने जा रहे हैं, वो शहर में ATM वाटर सप्लाई एक काफ़ी बड़ा चैलेंज है, और उसका हम लोग वाटर ATM भी जगह जगह लगभग 250-300 वाटर ATM हम लोग इस्टेब्लिश करने जा रहे हैं। तो डिजिटल इंडिया का जो मुख्य उद्देश्य था, बहुत सारी योजनाएं जो ऑनलाइन है, गवर्नमेंट की प्लानिंग योजनाएं, मिशंस, उसका लाभ जनता ले रही है। एक जो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज आज के शहरों में है स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन के लिए, और भी हमारे सिटीजन्स के लिए और देश के लिए, वो अभी जो शहरों में जो जिस तीव्र गति से अर्बनाइजेशन हो रहा है, शहरीकरण हो रहा है, उस एतबार से उस पैरामीटर पर हमारा जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, कोर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, वो डेवलप नहीं हो पा रहा है। उसके पीछे कई चीज़ें हमने विजुअलाइज की हैं, जो एनालाइज की हैं। उसका सबसे बड़ा रीजन है फॉल्टी टाउन प्लानिंग। हमारी जो टाउन प्लानिंग है वो बहुत ही फॉल्टी है, उस पर भी हमें विचार करना होगा। हमारे यहाँ मास्टर ड्रेनेज नहीं है, मास्टर सीवरेज नहीं है। अक्सर आप और लगभग हजारों, गाजियाबाद जैसे शहर में लगभग 700 कॉलोनीज हैं जो अनऑथराइज्ड हैं, जिनका कोई अप्रूवल नहीं है। ऐसे तमाम चीज़ें हैं जहाँ जनता को समस्याएं क्रिएट होती हैं, और यह हमारे स्मार्ट सिटी के लिए आने वाले भविष्य में एक चैलेंज होगा। इस पर भी एक पॉलिसी बनानी होगी, इंटीग्रेटेड पॉलिसी, कि हम किसी शहर में कितने ज़्यादा लोगों को रख सकते हैं, कितना किस स्पीड से रख सकते हैं, और कैसे उनके लिए आने फ्यूचर में उनके लिए हम क्या करेंगे। सपोज हम मकान बनाते हैं 10 लोगों के लिए, 2 बेडरूम 3 बेडरूम, अगर उसमें 200 लोगों को घुसेड़ दिया जाए तो क्या स्थिति होगी। किचन का क्या होगा, टॉयलेट का क्या होगा, बेडरूम का क्या होगा। आज मोर और लेस यही कंडीशन सारे शहरों की है, कुछ शहरों को छोड़ दीजिए तो उनकी जो एकोमोडेशन क्षमता है वो कम है और उससे कई गुना ज़्यादा लोग वहाँ रिजाइड कर रहे हैं। फिर प्रॉब्लम ओपन की, वाटर सप्लाई की, बहुत सारी हमारी प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट होती हैं। इस पर भी हमें पॉलिसी बनाने की ज़रूरत होगी। जो थर्ड हमारा इंक्रोचमेंट, ये आज भी ये स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन के लिए एक चैलेंज है। इस इंक्रोच ये पूरी शहर की स्थिति बिगाड़े हुए हैं, जगह जगह आप लोग जानते हैं, देखे होंगे। और ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एक चैलेंजिंग इशू है, जाम की समस्याएं मिलती होंगी आपको, पार्किंग नहीं, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, इस पर भी हमें ध्यान देने होंगे। हाउसिंग, अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग के लिए भी हमें ध्यान देना होगा। स्लम्स और झुग्गी झोपड़ी, गाजियाबाद में लगभग 5 से 6 लाख झुग्गी झोपड़ी में लोग रहते हैं और माइग्रेटरी पॉपुलेशन है, फ्लोटिंग पॉपुलेशन, वहाँ आके बसते हैं लोग, टेंट झुग्गी झोपड़ी में रहते हैं और दिल्ली, गुड़गांव, फरीदाबाद, दूसरे गाजियाबाद, नोएडा जैसे शहरों में जाकर नौकरी करते हैं और शाम को फिर आके उन्हीं झुग्गी झोपड़ी में पॉलीथीन की झुग्गियों में रहते हैं। तो एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज ये भी है कि इनके लिए भी कोई पॉलिसी बनानी पड़ेगी। सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज सिटीज के लिए है। मैं दावे के साथ कह सकता हूँ कि 2-4 सिटी छोड़ दीजिए हिंदुस्तान की, तो सारे शहरों का कम व बेश वही हाल है, वही मैनुअली ग्रेडिंग और डिस्पोजल, सड़कों पर, आउटर स्कर्ट पर इधर उधर फेंकना, इसके लिए भी हमें आपको सचेत करना होगा। और दूसरी चीज जो सबसे चैलेंजिंग है वो डीप अंडरग्राउंड वाटर रिचार्जिंग है। शहरों में एक पेयजल की समस्या उत्पन्न हो रही है, प्रॉपर वाटर सप्लाई न होने से ये दिक्कत हो रही है। हमारा जो अंडरग्राउंड वाटर है वो ग्रेजुअली डाउन होता जा रहा है। हम डीप अंडरग्राउंड ट्यूबवेल लगा रहे हैं बट वो सफल नहीं। इसके बारे में भी हमें रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग और अंडरग्राउंड वाटर रिचार्जिंग पर भी ध्यान होगा, करना पड़ेगा। ये सारी चीज़ें आज हमारे स्मार्ट सिटी के लिए एक चैलेंज होंगी आने वाले दिनों में। केवल डिजिटलाइज कर देने से, ऑनलाइन योजनाएं अवेल कर देने से पब्लिक को बहुत ज़्यादा ग्रीवेंस नहीं मिलेगा जब तक कोर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आपका रोड्स, सॉलिड वेस्ट, इलेक्ट्रिक सप्लाई, रोड्स, स्ट्रीट्स और ऐसी चीज़ों पर हम आप पार्किंग, ट्रैफिक, ये चीज़ें आज हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है और मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये बड़ी जल्दी ख़त्म होने वाली हैं। इस पर एक इंटीग्रेटेड पॉलिसी बनानी होगी और इस पर सभी लोगों को अपना अपना योगदान देना होगा। सेफ्टी सिक्योरिटी के बारे में अभी बताया गया, ये भी एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है। चेन स्नेचिंग, रॉबरी, लूट शहरों में अक्सर होती रहती है। इसके लिए भी हमारे पास कई योजनाएं हैं। एक पावर इम्प्रूवमेंट ऑनलाइन नंबर है 1090, 100 नंबर डायल करिए, पुलिस पहुंचती है। लेकिन इस पर भी लेकिन ये चीज़ें सब बेमानी लगती हैं जब हमारा कोर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं हमको मिलता। आप किसी शहर में जाते हैं तो देखते होंगे सड़कों पर वाटर, ये किनारों जो आउटर स्कर्ट हैं वहाँ बहुत सारे कूड़ा कचड़े पड़े होते हैं। जाम में आप फंसते होंगे तो सारी स्मार्टनेस वहाँ जाती रहती है। तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो हमें आने वाले दिनों में फेस करनी पड़ेगी और जो और सारी चीज़ें हैं हमारी इंक्रोचमेंट, पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, हाउसिंग, ये सारी चीज़ें हमारी भविष्य में हमें असफल करेंगी और स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन के लिए ये समस्या उत्पन्न करेंगी। जय हिंद, जय भारत। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Mr. Abdul, for giving your views on the smart city. May I now invite Mr. D.R. Bhaskar, Nodal Officer, Smart Cities, Faridabad Municipal Corporation, to please come over and give his views.
Good afternoon, everybody on the dais and off the dais. I am talking about Faridabad Smart City, which has been declared in the list of 13 smart cities recently. These are the gaps in previous, not required to discuss. This is the situation of Faridabad. 15% of trips undertaken by public transport and 51% of trips by private vehicles. 35% of trips undertaken by NMT and only 8% of roads have footpath. Average trip length is 14.54 kilometers. 17th rank on pollution level among industrial clusters. As all of you know, there are two concepts in smart city. One is area-based development and second one is pan city. And we have proposed 1,267 acres of land to develop as a area-based smart city. We have taken sectors. We have taken Badkhal Lake to revive. Before 2005, this lake was a very beautiful picnic place in NCR. But due to legal or illegal mining on Aravali Hills, the natural sources of water was disturbed and this lake has been dried completely. We have proposed to fill it by reusing the wastewater of all this area proposed in this area-based development. We have near about 10 MLD of sewerage and stormwater discharge, which we will treat and transfer it for filling this lake. We have proposed to urban village and also considered a slum area to develop properly. In area-based development, smart mobility, pedestrian NMT, intelligent traffic management system, intelligent car parking, smart signage, smart auto taxi stand, public bike sharing system, all these have been taken up. And pan city solution, which is the main component, is smart traffic and smart management system, area traffic light control system, smart parking management system, passenger information system, traffic rule violations detection system, e-vehicle and NMT module, and Faridabad traffic and transit operations and management center. Area traffic lights control system, we will require, comes here in this project. We have 102 traffic junctions which will be developed at ATS. Smart parking management system, traffic flow monitoring system, traffic rule violation detection system, passenger information system, bus arrival, interactive route information cross, GPS tracking of public transit. Faridabad has 160 buses and about 122 bus stops, shelters where PIS is proposed to be implemented. Journey planner, e-vehicle module, and Faridabad Traffic and Transport Operations and Management Center. This is our special purpose vehicle structure. Funding plan, our total budget provision is 2,600 crores. 1,000 crores will be funded by Government of India and Government of Haryana, and balance amount 1,600 crores are to be arranged by ourselves either through borrowing loan or land monetization. We have a very good data bank of land. This is National Highway. Faridabad is located along National Highway number 2. Half portion of Faridabad is on western side and half portion is on eastern side. This is the present situation of this national highway. This is metro corridor, and we have proposed to develop this corridor like this. Intelligent car parking, smart auto taxi stands, smart signages, station area accessibility planning, public bike sharing system, smart civics infrastructure. I have already talked about Barkha Lake rejuvenation. This TOD intense zone, we have got approved a policy, transit oriented development. As I have talked about this national highway. Along national highway, FAR has been increased. So the sale of FAR will help to develop our Faridabad as a smart city. We will develop this lake like this. This is slum area. Open gyms, multi-modal hub at railway station. We have proposed to link railway station and metro station through sky walkway. This is old talab, which will be developed like this. Thank you. Just I want to share one thing more. Last year in July, during monsoon, we launched a program for plantation of trees. In one day, we have planted 2.25 lakhs trees, which was recorded in the Limca Book of World Record. So I would like to appeal all of you to go green and to plant trees during this monsoon. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bhaskar. This brings an end to this session. May I now request Mr. Gautam Gaudia to kindly give mementos to the speakers on the dais, please. Let's give a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. That was Padma Jaiswal ji, Shri Abdul Samad, Mr. Prashant Chaudhary, and Mr. Bhaskar. May I request Padma Jaiswal ji to give a memento to Mr. Gautam Gaudia, please. Thank you so much.